Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Nick the Gardener. Friday the 10th of November. And yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to all the subscribers that have subscribed to my channel since I started my allotment. Almost up to 500 subscribers now, which is awesome. So if there's anyone out there watching who hasn't subscribed yet, please do. I hope to get to 500 before Christmas, that'd be awesome. So just going to turn you around and show you what's going on at the plot today. Now, first of all, the garlic down here, the hardneck on the far row, that's just started to come through now. Not all of it's come up yet in that row, but some of it may be a bit deeper, and this little section over here, you can see a little hole just there. So if anything through there, underneath Noel's little tunnels and that, might not come up, or it might come up somewhere else. But having a little look along here, I can just see, look down there, the softnecks coming through there. So I've got a couple of rows of hardneck still through the middle there as well, which haven't come up yet, and another row which are planted along this bottom bit along here about a week or so later. And this is all pretty much, apart from that row there what I just talked about, was all planted on the 12th of October. So it's been in there almost a month now, and I'm glad I can see some of it shooting through. I would like to see more on that row come through. I hope it hasn't rotted away or Noel's moved it or whatever, but hopefully they'll come up soon. So coming down, looking at this little brassica net down here, I did get given some plants. He said they're cauliflowers from Stuart, just another plot holder just across the way here, and I think that's what he gave me along here, some of them, and I think they've turned out to be cabbages, but I could be wrong. I'm not even entirely sure what I planted in here. I know there's a lot of broccoli and some swede, but swede through the middle there, it's not doing amazingly well. But ones at the front here seem to be doing pretty well. And yeah, I'm not sure, they might be Romanesco cauliflowers there. Hopefully they are anyway. The leeks here doing pretty well. The sun's just come out, so I might get a nice little shot of them here. But need to dig some of them up this weekend. I'm going to make some more leek and potato soup. Doing okay apart from the allium leaf miner. They're fattening up nicely. This bed here, where the corn was, and it's going to be where the potatoes get planted next year, I think, at the moment. Anyway, that's the plan. I did spread some clover seeds on here. In fact, I can see some just here. Just germinated just there. Well, I hope that's a clove anyway. A little bit of fungi in that bed as well. Plenty of fungi in the wood chip still because it's been so wet lately. That's pretty good. So, the onions which are planted in this bed, nothing's been digging them up yet or anything. What I can see anyway. In fact, someone's had a little scratch here, but I didn't plant the onions just there. I don't think I planted them far over. That's looking alright. Got a bit of chard here, and got some volunteer potatoes coming up. So I've got one there, and another one just here, which is a good job really, because I planted the leeks along here, and there's a few empty holes. Well, quite a few really, so something's been pulling them out and eating them. But not too bothered really. Along here is where I planted some broad beans, which is just coming up just there, and some clover as well. And I was hoping that I'd see more of the clover than what I can see. There's not many little seedlings, so they may have been mowed down by slugs, or it may have just been too cold at night and they've just not survived. But, as long as I've got the beans in there, there's a few beans coming up now. There's one just there, look. I hope I got it in the shot. And plenty of fungi. So over here, I've got the celery and gazania. In fact, that one's got a flower on it there. But the celery's doing pretty well now. It's been so wet, and I mulched it. And get down, have a little closer look down there. And yeah, it's fattening up quite nicely. I don't harvest all the celery all in one go. I just sort of pick out the fattest ones as and when I need them and just leave them. And they almost survived last winter, but it was very, very cold last winter, so I might, sorry I keep aiming the camera up one way. I might put a cloche over these at some point, just to help protect them if it does get really cold. This raspberry bed here, all the raspberries are almost gone. There's a few little ones just down there, look. But underneath here there was some strawberries, and believe it or not, there's a flower on that one just there. And I saw some earlier, almost, there's a whole bunch sort of thing just down there. But I'm sure I saw a whole load of flowers. Yeah, it is. Just here, look. Let's get down and have a look at that. Yeah, these strawberries are loving this wood chip as well. They've just run straight out. And that's the same as what Jason and Colleen found over on Clive's Conundrum Garden. So awesome channel, check it out. Lots of fun. Great guys. Right, so I've also got some more bags of leaves to add to my leaf mould and compost. So I'll perhaps get you set up and show you me lobbing it. So I managed to collect some more leaves today, mowed up, and I'm going to try and collect as much leaf mould as I can this year. That's one thing I didn't do last year, and I really needed the carbon to mix in with compost. So whatever doesn't get broken down will be, oh, there's quite a lot of grass in that one. Ooh, might get a bit hot. Will be, oh, what am I doing? What am I on about? Shut up, twat. Yeah, so I'm just going to add some more leaves to this leaf mould bin. Some of these have been mowed up, not all of them have, but a decent amount anyway, and hopefully the worms will get to work on this, and all the microbes and the fungi, especially the fungi I suppose really. But yeah, just give that a little tap down. Any twigs, big twigs and stuff we come across, just take them out. And yeah, it's going to rain in the next few days. I'm not too bothered about wetting them down now with any water or anything, but what I will do is weigh it down a bit so I don't all blow away. So that's got a decent amount in there now. I'm still going to keep adding to it. I might be able to raise this cage up a bit more as well as we get more in. And yeah, I can still raise it up quite a bit actually. And I'll just have to move that strap up with it and re-tighten it back up and that. But yeah, that's going to give me a fair decent amount of leaf mould. Like I said, when it's finished in there, I'm going to move it into the Dalek, which is just down here below you. And yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see. You might be able to see if I come down here. Yeah, this Dalek here. Still, this is where I grew the courgette in. So I need to empty this out, and I'll probably just dump it on some of the beds. I might even, well, I've got to deal with all these strawberries. I might take a lot of these strawberries out and dump that into there or something, or just dump it onto one of the beds anyway. But yeah, I'm going to grow carrots in this little thing down here. I'll come down, it might be able to track, all right. But yeah, I've got to sieve this, And this is where I'm going to grow some carrots next year, because it's in sun all the time, and it's a couple of foot high, so hopefully carrot root fly won't be able to get to it. But hopefully grow some half decent sized carrots next year, as long as I don't sow them too thickly in that. But yeah, like I say, I've got to sieve that yet. So I'm just going to add these other leaves here to the compost. I've got a big bit of cardboard here, which I'm probably going to line the compost bin with before I turn it next time, which I'm not going to do today, because I've still got a bloody bad back. So in the end, that cardboard box you just saw, I decided to pop it in just down here, just to line the edges of the compost bin, just to give it a bit of insulation from the cold weather really. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to put the leaves into this bin today, rather than putting it on top of there and then in about a week's time turn it into here. So I might as well just put it straight into here. So just got the leaves here, and just going to basically tip them in. And they're quite dry, these leaves, even though, oh, this one's a bit heavier, even though it was raining yesterday. But so I'm probably just going to leave the lid off this. In fact, the leaves at the bottom there are a bit wetter. But yeah, so a bit of grass clippings in with them as well, it's not too much. But yeah, in the next week I'll be turning that compost into this one. I mean, I'll be turning it back eventually. This one I was going to leave it as sunk down, and it's cooled right down now. So I might just leave that one and just keep turning this one every few weeks until it's all mixed together, and then leave it just to sort of mature over early spring or whatever, and that's if it's ready by then. And I'll be using this for my potatoes. But if this isn't ready, this is going to be for potatoes anyway. So yeah, I just advise everyone to collect as many leaves as possible now. If you haven't got a big garden or anything, go to the local park and just get a load of bin bags, and just collect them. I mean, in America they have all the little paper bags, don't they, which everyone just leaves out in the street, and if you ask for them, people just generally give you them. So it's a great idea. Recommend anyone to do as much composting as possible, especially now the leaves are coming down. It's just so easy, just mow them all up and everything. Brilliant. So I'm going to turn you around and see what's in Wormtropolis, see how the pumpkin's going. I don't think this is going to follow me all the way around, is it? No, it stopped. Right, yeah, I'll turn you off and see you in a minute. Right, so we'll open up Wormtropolis and just see how the pumpkin's doing, or more importantly, how the worms are doing. So it's about a week ago, I think, when I popped it in here, six days ago, or 7 days, something like that. A couple of worms. Get back. So it'll be interesting to see how much of it has gone. Little worm here, let's put him back inside, or her. So yeah, there's quite a few worms on top, and yeah, pumpkin's still there. Not much going on with it yet. There's a slug there. Looks like a tiger slug, that does. Have a little look at him. I'm pretty sure that's a tiger slug. See if it probably a bit better view there. I'll just chuck him down there anyway, or her. In fact, there's a stone there. We'll put that in the bucket. But oh, look, the worms are getting into it a bit actually. Give you a bit more of a close up of that. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a worm ball there. Look. Yeah, that's doing all right. They're finding it anyway. So you try and lift up this bit here. Well, really not gone for that bit yet. But they've definitely, yeah, there's definitely lots of worms in here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We're getting in there anyway. We're starting to feed on that. So we'll just turn that back over. I don't want to disturb them too much. But yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, now I've found it and we're starting to get into it, maybe another week, 10 days, it might all be completely gone. I don't know why I'm taking my gloves off yet because I've got to wrap it back up. But yeah, so the worms are loving the pumpkins, just starting to get into it. Awesome. I'll just wrap this up. And yeah, so I'm happy with that. Right, pop the lid back on, that's it. Look at the sky, looks quite nice around that way. There's a bit of dark clouds around this way, so I better get a move on. Yeah, so just give you a quick look around the rest of the plot. So a long bay of raspberries here, did absolutely awesome this year. This is the best thing that cropped for me. My little beauty berry in here, it did have like one little purple berry on it, but I think it's been ate. But next year that should do better, because I've only just put that in this year, and that one really did struggle to get going. So this is my crappy part of the allotment, my big pile of junk here, and I don't think any allotment would be complete really without a big pile of crap or junk. But yeah, I am going to have to get that shed sorted out at some point, and what I might have to do is lay all this stuff out onto the bed over there where I'm going to put my potatoes. If the clover doesn't germinate, then I'm going to pile all that stuff here over there, and it'll give me a bit of room to work and dismantle the shed, fix it up, put the base down, put it back on the base, and yeah, just clear it of all its junk. But it's all depending on the weather and everything, and if I can get help to do that. These fruit bushes, they may get moved. I've got to decide that yet, really. It's only Julia really in meadow, and well, I do eat gooseberries as well. We did make some jam actually this year, but I think we'd prefer the fruit trees, to be honest. But I'm not going to just discard them. I'll probably try and move them in somewhere else. The flower bed here, neglected again really. I'll try and plant some half decent stuff in there. I might have to take some of these hollyhocks out because they're just too big for this little area. I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there, 7 maybe. But I'll probably dig them out and move them into the wildlife area, or at least dig some of them out. I might leave one in just to give it a bit of height, a bit of structure. The asparagus bed here, I've mulched it with well-rotted horse manure, and some of the fronds are still pretty green considering it's November now, and once they all start to go really yellow like this little one down here, I'll trim them all off, and might top it up with a bit more compost. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, because this will all have weed seeds in, I should imagine, so I might just trim it all off, rake them out, and top it up with compost. And there is one volunteer honesty plant there which I will have to take out and move somewhere. The rhubarb and the fruit trees, as you can see, the 3 fruit trees here get absolutely swamped by the rhubarb. It was a bit of a snap decision just to stick them in here, and I wish I hadn't bothered with it really now. I wish I'd put them somewhere else. But yeah, so I might have to move those trees, or at least a couple of them, and maybe that rhubarb down there. So this is where you have a beauty berry. In fact, there's a little berry just at the end of my finger. Hope you can see it. Hang on, I'll try and change to zoom. So a little berry, purple one just there, and there's another one just there. That. So quite a nice colour. It's just a shame there was not more than 2 on there this year. But like I say, I only planted them this year, and it took a while for them to put the leaf out and get settled in. But next year, hopefully, they should be full of berries. So yeah, this is a leaf mould bin. I just topped up the strawberry bed with the worm farm in, and this was a hugelkultur bed, and it's done really well this year. Yeah, I'm glad I moved it, because I moved it from over where that brassica cage is over there, because the rats had dug a little tunnel from the compost bin over to there. And that is another reason actually why I do turn my compost quite frequently, is because if you don't do that, rats are going to move in there. I've got another little pot here of garlic, and this is some home saved softneck, which I don't know what variety was. I popped it in a pot last year at home, and it didn't do that well there. I don't think it was in full sun, and the cloves weren't that big to start off with. So hopefully I'll get some. There's 2 or 3 fairly decent sized cloves in there. I think I planted 6 cloves in there altogether, so hopefully we'll get some extra garlic in there. And like I say, I plan to dig all these raspberries up this year and the strawberries in here, and move any extra ones into the long bay over there if I can. But we'll see if I get round to it. I'll have a quick look at these 2 brassica beds here then. And there's gladiator parsnips along here, which I did try the other week, and they're quite nice. So I've got some cabbage in here, purple sprouting broccoli, some kaleettes, some more cabbage just down there, Brussels sprout randomly that's decided to split into 2. I don't think you can see that there yet, and it's definitely a Brussels sprout because I've got some little Brussels growing on it. So never seen that before. Mind you saying that, I've only been growing Brussels sprouts for 2 years. Yeah, another little cabbage here. Oh, sorry, I'm still zoomed in. Yeah, just down there, and another one which is fallen over a bit just there. And that's doing all right. And I've got some cavalliniere kale, some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts, kaleettes, and stuff like that growing in here. And hopefully these Brussels here are going to be my ones for Christmas dinner. Get a little zoom in close up on them. They're not that big yet, maybe the size of a marble, probably the size of a pea after I've peeled them. But hopefully I'll get some for Christmas dinner. And I've got another one down here. This one's doing okay there as well. It's not doing too bad. And in fact, there's a few, but I don't know if they're all going to be big enough for Christmas dinner yet. This one might be in there, and this one just here might be. But yeah, fingers crossed for Christmas dinner. Anyway, not that long now. Was it 45 sleeps, something like that? Not that I'm counting. Yeah, so just show you this last compost bin here then. So this one, I do need to turn it because it's just dropping out the red now. But I'm not too desperate. Like I say, I got a bad back. I've been doing Pilates this last week, and Pilates has sorted it right out. I wonder what that was. It's a slug. But yeah, Pilates has you know, strengthened my back no end and loosened it up. And I'd advise anyone to do Pilates if you got a bad back or anything. Let's look at the sun coming through the clouds over there. So yeah, I'd just like to say thanks again to all my subscribers for subscribing. I'm about 9 away, I think, now from 500. So anyone watching, if you'd like to give a thumbs up and subscribe, it really help the channel out, and I'd really appreciate it. And you can follow me, see what I'm doing on my allotment for the rest of the year and into next year and that. So I'll just give you a little look at some more fungi. So yeah, have a good weekend everyone, and yeah, enjoy your gardens and get composting.